Right now at 6, federal funding cuts threatening a popular UWL program.
And how a Trumpereau County city is rallying after an entire police force resigns.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. No word yet on what caused a fast-moving fire in Menominee.
Fire officials say the fire broke out at Town and Country Antiques. It's near Main Street E and 3rd Street E. The business appears to be a total loss and the apartments above it. Crews on scene say everyone got out of the building and no one was hurt.
Couldn't get a knockdown right away. It was hard to identify where the fire was and extinguish it, so the conditions rapidly got worse.
The Red Cross is helping those displaced. The fire also forced several streets in the area to close down.
Federal funding cuts are threatening a popular UW La Crosse program. It's the Adapted Physical Education program. It trains future educators on how to work with children with disabilities. The program has received federal grant money for 40 years.
With this application that we submitted and the funding being canceled, in the future, it can really hurt the amount of programming that we're able to offer here on campus.
CWL is now seeking alternative funding sources. It has also contacted congressional representatives for possible options.
Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez was in the Driftless region today. She was discussing federal funding cuts to libraries and museums. Rodriguez visited Viroqua's McIntosh Library and the County Museum and Norske Nature Center.
They are doing so many things within the community. They bring people together, and it's really important for us to make sure that we're continuing to support them in the budget for Wisconsin, and that we highlight what is happening with these federal cuts that you wouldn't think would affect someplace like Viroqua, Wisconsin, but it is.
No word yet if state budget money will be able to offset the Trump administration's cuts.
Senator Tammy Baldwin, hosting a virtual press conference with local Medicaid recipients, says congressional Republicans' advanced plans Democrats say will slash Medicaid and kick 228,000 Wisconsinites off their health care. The House Rules Committee met at 1 a.m. this morning to advance the legislation to cut billions from Medicaid funding.
You don't host a hearing at 1 in the morning when you are proud of what you're doing. You host a congressional hearing at 1 in the morning if you're trying to hide what you're doing from the American people.
Medicaid currently provides care for more than 1.2 million people in Wisconsin.
Child care providers and community members discussed rising child care costs at a roundtable today. The meeting highlighted the importance of securing funding for services in the 25 through 27 budget, especially funding for the Child Care Counts program. Department of Children and Family Secretary Jeff Pirtles says the funds are necessary to offset rising costs across the state.
It is expensive to be a young family. Housing prices are really high. Childcare is a huge part of people's budgets, and we're seeing double-digit price increases year over year. Young families can't afford it. We're going to need the state to be a key part of that solution.
According to a new market rate survey, Wisconsin families are facing up to an 11% increase in monthly child care tuition costs.
La Crosse Regional Airport says it's still working to bring back Delta Airlines. Delta dropped its regular service 2 years ago. Topics was discussed during an aviation board meeting this week. News 8 Now also was told that other carriers like Allegiant, United, and Breeze Airways are also being considered.
Well, happy first birthday to the Borealis. Amtrak's Twin Cities to Chicago train line celebrates 1 year of service today. The route carrying over 212,000 passengers since its launch. Initial projections had it at 155,000. La Crosse held a celebration event this afternoon.
It's just been a great addition for us to have this, and we're blessed that it's working out so well. We look forward to many, many years of it assisting and bringing people to our region.
The line connects passengers from St. Paul through Wisconsin to Chicago.
Well, the Lacrosse Center's roof needs repairing. News 8 Now has learned the cost could be around $50,000. There are reported leaks on one part of the roof. Officials are hoping to get the go-ahead on the fixes at next month's City Council meeting.
New details on that severe weather outbreak last Thursday. The National Weather Service says Wisconsin recorded 13 tornadoes. Mayville had an EF2 on the ground for 12 minutes, and in Lowell, an EF1 was in rotation for 10 minutes.
Meanwhile, a bit of a pesky light rain. It felt warmer today than it did yesterday, Greg. I don't know if that was my mind playing tricks on me.
I had to put the heater on today. I'm sorry.
It's
Well, we're heading in the right direction.
Well, it's amazing what less wind actually does to how it feels outside. And that was the big difference between yesterday and today, despite our temperatures really not being that much different, was that east wind wasn't out there as much too. But we do have light rain or drizzle continues for both locations this evening. That's really going to be the trend that we're going to see, but we do have more sunshine, but not until tomorrow. There's your high temperatures. We did crack the 50-degree mark once again. Even got up to 55 at Ladysmith, where they had a little bit less in the way of rainfall. Here's our rainfall from the last 24 hours, and spotty amounts that were higher than a ½ inch, but noted most of the heavier amounts were further to the east as the system has pushed off. So most areas picked up at least a quarter. There's a few areas that didn't pick up much in the way of all. Overall, we're seeing this area begin to expand as it begins to sink south. This is generally just very light rain, or at the most drizzle. It's also rotating around the low that is in the Ohio River, beginning to weaken and stretch out, but we're still going to be under the influences of it through this evening, and expect that area to continue to expand. General light rain probably from about 8 to about midnight. Once we get past that point, then we'll start seeing things break up. So we're not expecting a wet morning commute, but we're expecting more sun for Thursday and Friday. We'll break down what that means for temperatures and what the Memorial Day weekend also looks like a bit later.
All right, sounding good. Thanks, Greg. Amplified by Gunderson is celebrating its Project Search class of 2025. 6 interns receiving their diplomas today during a commencement ceremony. These graduates spent their final year of high school gaining on-the-job experience with the health system. This program prepares students with learning difficulties and disabilities for competitive employment opportunities after graduation.
Preparation program. They're here to learn soft skills, which are really what's most important about finding employment and being successful in employment, right? We can teach hard skills to lots of people. It's a lot of the soft skill things that we don't necessarily get through school.
72 interns have graduated from the program since its launch 8 years ago.
Recipients of the Dale Scholar Program were recognized at a luncheon today. The program offers nursing and technical students employment at Mayo Clinic Health System after their graduation. Recipients also receive up to $15,000 and mentorship opportunities.
An amazing opportunity for students who are just graduating from their program and entering their field of choice for the first time. It's providing an opportunity to gain employment within their local community right out of college, as well as the financial incentive to help support them.
Nursing students in their final year at Viterbo University are eligible to apply for the program.
Coming up, an entire Trempealeau County City Police Force resigns.
What's next for the city and how residents and officials have responded.
Tired of hard water and harsh chlorine? Maxwell White Water Conditioning brings you the all-new Dual Media Water Softener. Say hello to softer skin, luxurious hair, and water that feels amazing. Call Maxwell White today, where better water starts here.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like select name brand tires, buy 3, get 1 free for rewards members, plus up to $80 in consumer rebates on select brands. Just ask an associate for details and learn about our best tire price promise. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Hot tubs, hot tubs, hot tubs. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska this Memorial Day weekend only. Truckloads of hot tubs from major brands like Hot Spring and Caldera Hot Tubs. All discounted. Hot tubs as low as $79 a month. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. 0% financing for up to 60 months. Factory direct patio furniture up to 50% off. Saunas starting at $99 a month. Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and patio furniture up to 30% off. This weekend only at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska. SpaExpoLacrosse.com.
Maxwell White Water Conditioning is the Cooley region's trusted leader in water conditioning. From hardness to chlorine to iron, we eliminate it all for cleaner and healthier water. When you need the best, call the experts. Call Maxwell White.
Law enforcement agencies across Wisconsin are understaffed, but what happens when a city loses its entire department?
News 8 Now's Grace Monk has the details on how the city of Arcadia is handling it.
Arcadia's entire police department resigned this year. Now the city and county are working together to bring it back. Arcadia, Wisconsin is a small city with a big problem.
Rather than be a part of what was going on here, they just all left. They're done.
The city's entire police department handed in their badges, going from 5 full-time officers in January to 0 by April. The department's former chief was the first to leave back in January. As the city scrambled to find a replacement, former Trempealeau County Deputy Kyle Myers stepped in as interim chief.
We are down to our part-time service list. Part-time officers come in as they can. Like myself, they all have full-time jobs and do what they can to help us out.
The city says officers left to pursue new opportunities, leaving the Trempealeau County Sheriff's Office to cover their calls. Sheriff Brett Semmingson says his department is managing the extra work, but it can't last forever.
We are short-staffed as well, so we are a little bit limited on what we can do.
The Trempealeau County Sheriff's Office is located in Whitehall. According to Semmingson, it would take deputies over 20 minutes to respond to an emergency in Arcadia. For residents like Holly Sabota, the lack of law enforcement is unsettling.
I'm glad I have 8 cameras around my house. That's my safety net zone.
As the county's largest city, Arcadia's police department faces higher call volumes and more traffic accidents.
From the start of their shift to the end of their shift, they'd be running from call to call, and that's wearing on a person.
I would say not a lot of time is able to be wasted by any officer that comes on in this city, but they do well to still enforce those proactive things like ordinances and traffic where they find time.
Without a police department, Sabota feels like ordinances aren't being enforced.
You can't call the county for a car that's sitting on the road, you know, it's extra work for them.
Meyer acknowledges the department's heavy workload and hopes increasing pay and support for officers will encourage people to stick around.
That's also ultimately what is going to keep them on board with us is making a place that as a whole they don't want to leave.
The city has taken its first step in rebuilding the department by hiring former Arcadia police officer Nicholas Scholl as their new chief. Sabota says she's excited to see the department move in a new direction, but worries it will be a long time until things are normal again.
When you don't see a police officer downtown and you see someone doing 50 miles per hour in a school zone, I just pray nobody gets killed one day.
The city hopes to fill the remaining positions as soon as possible. In the studio, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Grace, thank you. We will have more news ahead.
But first,
hey, well, she's over there. Anyway, we got basically sunshine back for the end of the work week, which is positive. We'll break down what that means for temperatures and how that Memorial Day weekend is shaping up also. All that all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Comfort, style, and savings. Come in now for the FlexSteel Spring Gallery Custom Order and Floor Sample Sale. Get 50% off select floor models and 40% off all custom orders. International Furniture, I-90, Exit 2, La Crosse.
Isn't it time you turn your backyard into the oasis you've always wanted? Come to La Crosse Fireplace Company and find your outdoor setup. Imagine gathering with family and friends around your wood-fired pizza oven. Sit back and relax around your new fire table. Available in different sizes and styles to fit your lifestyle and budget. Stop in this month and receive 15% off all in-stock outdoor products. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is outside by the fire.
Chevy makes affordable vehicles that help you enjoy life. Get more for less in the Chevy Trax. Maximize every mile in the all-electric Equinox. And power through with the capable Colorado. Enjoy endless possibilities and your new Chevy.
Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing on all 2025 Equinox models. Plus, get no monthly payments for 90 days when you finance with GM Financial. Visit HometownChevy.com.
We really care about our employees and their families, and then also the community as a whole.
We have a lot of really good employees. It's like a family around here.
The customer is always number one. That's always our goal, to get them running.
Having Carrier as our main product, with the support that they give us, the commitment to their product, to our people, is outstanding.
From the first call that you make, we'll take care of you every step of the way.
And air conditioning, your comfort is our business.
Comfort, style, and savings. Come in now for the FlexSteel Spring Gallery Custom Order and Floor Sample Sale. Get 50% off select floor models and 40% off all custom orders. International Furniture, I-90, Exit 2, La Crosse.
Yeah, that's right. We're finally going to see that sunshine, at least some of it, for Thursday and Friday to end the work week, and that means our temperatures are going to come up. But if you're expecting 70s, not quite yet. That you have to hold off probably till the middle of next week, or even 80 to the end of next week. But it is going to be an improvement from our 40s near 50s. So the light rain will continue to midnight, maybe a little bit after that for areas further south, maybe 2 to 3. I don't expect the morning commute to see any type of rainfall, maybe a little drizzle at the worst. We'll see then a little bit warmer tomorrow and Friday. Temperatures come back up into the low 60s. The one thing we want to keep an eye on Friday night with this cool air mass overhead and being cool during the day, if we clear out, some of these areas could, in our colder spots, get back into the mid-30s going into Friday morning. That opportunity there for maybe some patchy frost, also some fog. Obviously, if we do clear out with all the moisture we've had, that can't be rolled out too. So we'll have to keep an eye on Friday morning. Otherwise, that's really about the only issue going into Memorial Day weekend too. As I mentioned, all this precipitation is still rotating around. It's kind of been expanding over in the coverage throughout the evening, and expect that to continue probably through about midnight. This will all be just general light rain. If you're not getting the light rain, then you probably get a little bit of drizzle here and there. Winds will be fairly light too. They'll start turning. By the time we get to about 2 or 3, that's when we're going to start seeing it kind of break up. And even though you're not seeing any precipitation going on right here, we still could see that drizzle or sprinkles continue to go on for maybe a couple hours. So that's probably, maybe you might see that for the morning commute. But the other thing you'll notice as we go into the morning commute is decreasing clouds for the north areas. North of I-94, basically you'll start seeing that clear out a little bit, or at least partial clearing towards the morning commute. That'll be the trend as it goes throughout the day. So further north you go, the more sun you're going to see for tomorrow morning. Further south you go, it's going to be a little bit later, noon or to the afternoon, that you start seeing some sunshine break out. And then in the afternoon, we'll probably have a little bit of cloud cover development just to the daytime heating. But notice you have some 60s out there with the north wind, so it's going to feel a little bit better. Obviously, with some sunshine, it definitely will feel a lot nicer going in. Tomorrow evening should remain dry as we go into Friday night. That's going to be when I'm talking about the chilly kind of conditions too. But for tomorrow's highs, mid-60s, so definitely an improvement there going on. Then as we go into Friday night, that's when, as you'll notice, some of these temperatures are getting close to mid-30s in some of the colder spots, Sparta, Black River Falls, Stanley, up to Ladysmith. That's kind of maybe on the conservative end. We might actually get a little bit colder than that too if we clear out. So the frost potential will definitely be there, and then the fog potential too if we do clear out. Just depends on how much clearing we get to Friday morning. Friday's highs will be back in the 60s once any fog comes out. We'll have more clouds in the afternoon, come back in, but still remaining dry. And then Saturday, we kind of repeat this trend. Sun in the morning, more clouds in the afternoon, getting back up to the mid to upper 60s and remaining dry at the moment too. So that's some good news. And then Sunday, still looking upper 60s. We might hit a 70. Once again, just depends on cloud cover, how that pans out. And Memorial Day overall, not too bad if you consider what we've had the last couple days, not to where we should be, which is the mid 70s. And that rain chance, the system passes well to our south. So that is a very small chance. I think most of the day will be dry. I don't expect to see any widespread precipitation either. Then if you're looking for mid 70s next week, and there's the 80 finally showing up after it's been about a week and a half, 2 weeks since we've seen it, for the end of next week, and those 80s potentially could go in through the following weekend, which then obviously we're back into June then.
Yeah. That's bizarre, because May's kind of been flying by, huh?
It's been flying by. It's been a split of the months there. The first half was warm and dry. Second half was kind of chilly and wet.
Polar opposites.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, breaking out the brooms. The Brewers looking to pick up their first sweep of the season against the struggling Orioles. Highlights from a wild one in Milwaukee. Jacob is next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Slow or clogged sink, toilet, or main drain? Maxwell White can help. Ask about our $99 mainline drain opening special. Includes a free camera inspection. Address the root problem now to avoid costly repairs or future damage. Call or book online today.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
If you've been waiting for the best time to buy furniture, this is it. The King Furniture Memorial Day sale, where everything in our showroom has been reduced. Find huge savings up to 60% off throughout the store. And don't forget, you can trade in your old furniture for savings on something new. Plus, we'll haul it away and deliver your new furniture free. These deals only last through Memorial Day weekend, as we will be closed Memorial Day to remember and honor our nation's heroes. Don't miss the King Furniture Memorial Day sale going on now.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources now. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org.
Sick of running out of hot water? The professionals at Maxwell White are here to handle all of your water heater needs. Our licensed technicians can install, repair, or replace any type of water heater with same-day or next-day service. Call Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
The Brewers were looking to get to 500 through 50 games on the season with a win today in search of, believe it or not, their first series sweep of the season, hoping to send Baltimore packing with a 9-game losing streak. Fifth inning, Brewers still without a run until Bryce Turang will pound one into the ground. Orioles are going to get the out at first, but check out Caleb Durbin motoring around third. He scores all the way from second. Next inning, it's Mr. May himself, Rhys Hoskins, with some good wood on the cutter right down the middle as he sends it out for a solo shot to give Milwaukee the 2-1 lead. And the Crew down 3-2. Down their last strike in the game, it's Durbin coming through with a massive hit. Here comes Sal Frelick. He scores. We're heading to extra innings. Wild game this one was. But in the 11th, the O's already up 1, and Adley Rutschman parks one over the fence in left field to make it an 8-4 ball game. And that's how this one ends in the series finale. All right, we are winding down in the 2025 spring sports season. Not many more of these left, so let's crown a new News 8 Play of the Week winner. All right, do not blink or you will miss number 1, UWL's Chase Osterhaus with a hot shot right back at him. Good reflexes or self-defense really doesn't matter in this scenario right here. Fantastic play, and he spun a gem in a postseason win over Bethany Lutheran. Wildly enough, a very similar play for number 2. Isaac Shelfout from Aquinas on the bump against Holman. Comebacker snagged by the blue-gold pitcher, delivering a missile to third for the double play. Important 8-3 win as well for Aquinas. All right, from one ranked baseball team to another, the newly ranked number 1 team in Division 4, Seneca Royals, and that's Jackson Konachek flying in from right field with a web gem in a victory over a good Westby team. Royals haven't lost since April 10th. Next up, number 4, back on Monday in Viroqua, everyone was chasing. Onalaska sophomore Chasen Witt was crowned champion at the MVC conference meet. Little chilly, little breezy, did not matter as he turned in a 76 on the scorecard. And at number 5, the first girls flag football nominee of the spring. The handoff goes to La Crescent Hoka's Charlie Guile in a contest against Pine Island. And goodbye. Makes a couple defenders miss, and she scores. Lancers won this one. Get this, guys, 72-12. So those are your 5 choices. Voting opens shortly after the show. You can find the poll on our website, news8000.com. Under the sports tab, click on Play of the Week. I do want to mention before I ask your opinions, guys, Chasen Witt, I don't know if you caught that, but he found the News 8 camera and look over there after he got the putt. So shout out to him for that. But what do we think?
Osterhaus is pretty. That was a good one.
Yeah, the UWL comeback.
That was impressive.
That was a cool
That's
one.
kind of a terrifying moment. When
Yeah.
right
Oh my
after.
gosh! Like don't hit my face. Right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, Jacob.
All right,
thanks very
guys.
much.
All right. Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Stay updated while you scroll. Follow us on Instagram at WKBT News 8.
The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska this Memorial Day weekend only. Huge discounts on Hot Springs hot tubs. Hot tubs as low as $79 a month. Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and patio furniture up to 30% off. This weekend only at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska.
You can see it. His potential, that is. You see it even when he may not. You see that the things that spark his interest today will in time ignite the things he pursues tomorrow. And ultimately, help him reach new heights. All he needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities, unlimited opportunity.
Is poor support giving you the bed aches? We engineered the new Sealy Posturepedic to help stop those nagging aches for good. Because our exclusive precision fit coils respond to your pressure points with targeted support. Say so long to bed aches with Sealy Posturepedic.
Save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets during our Memorial Day sales event. Slumberland. Stop stressing. Start sleeping.
The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska this Memorial Day weekend only. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. Saunas starting at $99 a month. Hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and patio furniture up to 30% off. This weekend only at Hot Springs Spas and Pools in Onalaska.
All right, more sunshine tomorrow. We finally hit the 60-degree mark, which is good. That'll happen to Friday, and overall the Memorial Day weekend looks pretty good.
All right. Fingers crossed it stays that way.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us tonight at 6.
And we'll see you at 10.